All right, defense counsel has somewhat of a unique role in the process. Defense counsel is not an RRE. We do not have the obligations to comply unless defense counsel somewhat step in it. So I'll begin with how defense counsel should be part of the process, and I'll begin with how we should not be part of the process, generally. Most defense lawyers are not experts in Medicare compliance. In fact, 99% of the people giving advice on Medicare compliance are not experts in Medicare compliance. If you Google MMSEA, you will get bombarded with tens of thousands of articles, a lot of advice out there. I highly recommend that you check the credentials of the people giving you advice. There are some defense counsels who are experts. For the most part, they're not. So beware of false prophets. Moving on, how defense counsel can help generally. Once litigation is filed, the ability of the RRE to get information directly from the claimant goes down dramatically. So defense counsel, when the lawsuit is filed, is really an information gathering arm of the RRE. So that is something that, that you should take very serious. And in regard to discovery, the reason I want to get the information, the compliance information via discovery is so I have it verified. Because at the end of the day, if something goes sideways, Medicare comes back and tries to nail the RRE, if you can argue, hey, I have a verified discovery response, I believe that that will go a long way in regard to the penalty phase of Medicare's actions. So to the extent you can get verified discovery responses, I suggest doing it. Number two, cooperate with claimant's counsel. Unfortunately, litigation is by definition an adversarial process, as we all know. But we are now put in a position where cooperation is far more important than combat in dealing with these issues. The RREs are somewhat on par with claimants in regard to penalties that can happen if compliance is not obtained. So we as defense counsel must hold our tongue and somewhat fight that urge that we all have to be combative with claimant's counsel. Number three, ensure the RRE is aware of key dates. This is very, very important, as we will be discussing with His Honor later on in the program. While we're all dealing with the compliance issue, there is litigation going on. There are court dates being sent. There are cutoff dates for discovery, and there is a trial date. Make sure that your RREs are well aware of the cutoff dates, especially trial dates. Educate the court when necessary. Courts have a lot to deal with. Dealing with Medicare compliance is a tiny fraction of what they deal with on a daily basis, and most judicial officers do not have the time, quite frankly, to do the research that we have all done, because they don't live it and breathe it like we do. So you certainly, as defense counsel, want to take the opportunity to educate the court as early as possible that there's a potential Medicare issue, because you don't want to be knocking on the doorstep of trial and mention for the first time, sorry, Your Honor, can we get another 90 days? Medicare's a bit slow. So be prepared to educate the court.